Hi everyone, it's me, West Coast Mom, and today I'm going to show you how to do the C2C technique in the Buffalo Plaid check version. Now, I really love plaids. They're really fashionable, they're always in style, and they always look great. They're a great classic. Now, C2C working corner to corner is working on the diagonal. So let's look at my sample diagonally, and we're going to analyze the pattern. So I have three main colors. I have red and I have black. And then they're supposed to intersect, and then that's where the burgundy color comes in handy. Now notice that I have red, and then it always starts with red on the end, and it always alternates with the black. So red, black, red, red, black, red, black, red. The opposite, the alternating rows are always the burgundy, which represents the intersection parts. All right, so it's actually not that complicated of a pattern once you analyze it like that. So let me show you how we do this. All right, so I'm just using a 5mm hook here, as well as impeccable yarn in black, red, and burgundy. I'm going to show you my C2C technique, which may not be exactly your C2C technique, but it's just to show you how to get this started. Okay? Okay, here we go. We're going to start right from the very beginning. I've put a slip knot onto my hook, and what I'm going to do is chain 5. Now, some of you might chain a different number. This is how I like to do it. So I've chained 5. Now I'm going to double crochet into the third chain from the hook. And that's 1, and I'm going to do it 2 more times, and that will be a total of 3 double crochets. So here, this represents my first block in the C2C. It consists of 3 double crochets as well as a chain, so there's 4 items there. Now we're working diagonally. This tail is your bottom corner, all right? So now we're going to switch colors to the burgundy, and actually I should not have finished this last double crochet, because to do the color changes you don't finish, all right? So that's the last double crochet. Now I'm going to add in my intersecting color, which is the burgundy. So here's my burgundy yarn. Make a slip knot, and I'm going to finish this double crochet with the burgundy. So I slide that onto my hook and I pull through. Now I'm going to chain 5. 3, 4, 5. I'm going to double crochet third from the hook again, just like I did at the beginning. And I'm going to do 3 double crochets to make a complete block. Okay, so there's that one. Now remember, make sure you angle this one properly with the tail down at the bottom, and it's going to join in, and I'm going to put my hook in, basically it was the chain, part of the chain, and I'm going to slip stitch that in to hook them together. Now I'm going to chain 2, and I'm going to do 3 double crochets around this loop there. So 1, whoops, 2, and 1 more. And then I'm not going to finish this double crochet because I'm done the row, right? Because it's 1, and then it's 2, and then it's going to be 3. We increase by 1 each time. So now I'm going to do a color change, all right? Now, notice that I'm not using bobbins. That's because every row is complete. We can do this. So the red from before, I can cut using a tail. So you're going to have lots of tails in this. However, they're all going to be on the edges, which is not so bad. All right, so we always start the row with the main color, which is red. So do another slip knot. And I'm going to finish this double crochet in my burgundy with the red. All right, so there we go. And then I'm going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I'm going to double crochet in the third chain from the hook. So that's 1. There's a second one. And then 1 more. But I'm not going to finish this double crochet because this is the row that we alternate between red and black. All right, now flip this around so that the starting tail is at the bottom. Now, this row we had red and then we had burgundy. Now we're going to alternate red, black, red. All right, so now I bring in my black. So I'm going to make a slip knot with the black, and I'm going to finish the double crochet with the black. All right, now because I'm alternating colors, I'm going to carry the yarn with me. I think it would be a huge nightmare if I had a bobbin for every color, because we're going to change every single block. All right, so my hook goes in there, in the top of the chain 2 of that burgundy one. Now I'm going to carry everything. Now I can carry the tail of the black too to hide that end, and that helps with my weaving in. So I'm carrying the red along with me. I'm just tucking it down there so that when I slip stitch and pull it through, it kind of secures it down there. Now I'm going to chain 2, and I'm going to go under there, and I'm going to double crochet not only around the burgundy but around all the tails as well, and that will help carry it through. So I do my 3 double crochets, and I know it's hard to see, it's in black. Black is just tricky that way. Now I'm not going to finish my last double crochet because I need to switch back to red. Now the red we were carrying along, all right? So I like to pull the red in front and my black in behind, because I just make it more consistent, because you will find that one side will look nicer than the other. So I like to have at least one side that looks nice. All right, so I'm going to finish my double crochet with the red. Now I'm going to hook into and attach it to the burgundy. I'm going to carry the black with me, so because I have to weave in the ends, but I want the ends on the end, not in the middle. So, and I still have the tail from when I attached the black. All right, so I'm gonna slip stitch that in. Then I'm gonna do 2 chains. Get some more yarn here. This is a new skein, so it's all kind of tangly. All right, and then I'm gonna do my double crochets around this, and I'm going to carry the black with me to the end. All right, and then don't finish the last double crochet because you're always constantly changing colors. Whoops. And so I've carried the black with me. All right, so don't finish that. Now you can sort of see the beginning of the pattern coming. It's right there. Now on the back side, it's a little messier in the sense that, you know, because of carrying the yarn and things like that. But like I said, if you keep it consistent, where you always change colors in the front, it'll at least you'll have one nice side. Now, I can cut these 2 yarns, and I'm going to reattach the burgundy. Well, actually, I should need to take off the burgundy from before. Now remember, the burgundy row is the easy row because it's all the same color. No color changes. You just go all the way across. All right, so I'm going to attach that. I'm going to make my slip knot. And I am going to finish this double crochet with the burgundy. And then I'm going to chain 5 again. We always chain 5 at the beginning of each row. And then do my double crochet 3 from the hook. That's 1, 2, and 3. Now make sure with the first one you orient this properly. It should be flipped around, the tails on the bottom. I'm going to get rid of this red and black from the previous rows. So you'll see there's going to be lots of tails, right? That's just the way it is. All right. And then I'm going to continue. This whole row is burgundy. So like I said, this is the easy row because there's no color changes. You go all the way across. All right. And then I'm going to do one more of the color change just so that you can see that again and how I carry the yarn. Otherwise you will have a million ends all over the place, and at least this way the ends are just on the edges. Alright, and I'm gonna do my last one here. I'm on the end. Remember, don't finish that last double crochet because you're going to do a color change. Alright, so here I am. I've left 2 loops on the hook because now I'm going to add in red. We always start with red. Notice that black is never on the edge. We always start with red. Alright, so here is my red yarn. Another slip knot. Alright, finish the stitch. right? Chain 5. Right, I'm going to get rid of this burgundy by snipping it off. Double crochet 3 from the hook, as usual. So this technique is always the same. If you're interested in other techniques, different numbers that you change, and sometimes not even double crochet, you can do a half double crochet, you can check out another one of my videos for that. Whoops, don't finish. All right, orient this correctly. I'm gonna add in the black, because this row we always alternate red, black, right? We always start with the red. All right, so I'm gonna finish my double crochet with the black. Make sure this is oriented. Now, I'm gonna slip stitch it to that one. I'm going to carry everything with me, the black tail as well as the red. And I'm going to carry it with me. So chain 2, double crochet, make sure you catch all those things that you're carrying, the tail as well as the red. Do your 3 double crochets. Don't finish the last one. Now, with the new color, put the old color in the back, which is the black, the new color up front, finish your double crochet. Hook it into the next one, but carry the black over. I still have the black tail from when I joined, so I'm just going to keep carrying that over, plus the actual black. All right, slip stitch, chain 2, do my double crochets, make sure I catch everything. So I am carrying the yarn with me all the way across because I am constantly making changes. All right, don't finish this last red. Put it in the back, new color up front with the black, finish the stitch. Slip stitch, carry the red with me. I finished that black tail, so there's just one thing now. Chain 2. Make sure you double crochet over the yarn that you're carrying because it kind of hides it. And then it's ready for you to go. All right, don't finish that stitch. Here's my red. Notice each row not only begins with the red, but it also ends with the red. All right, I'm going to slip stitch. I'm still going to carry the black so that so like I mentioned that the end that you have to weave in is on the edge. I just find that a little bit easier to do. All right, and I just finish this, and then I go on to burgundy. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep going along, and then I'm going to show you how I decrease. All right, so I'll be right back. Okay, so now I've gone ahead and done a couple of more rows. This is just a small little sort of swatch so that you can sort of see. Obviously you keep going to make it as big as you want. Lots of ends, but they're all on the edges. You can see the pattern forming. This is my sort of good side that I call it. The other side is still pretty good, but if you look more closely, you can sort of see where I'm carrying the yarn here and there. It's not terrible or bad or anything, but I kept it all to one side so that you can see that. All right, so now I'm going to decrease. All right, so I've gone as big as I want, but like I said, you could go as far along as you want. Because I'm decreasing, there is no color change. So I'm going to stay, or there is a color change, but not yet. You have to decrease on the corner. All right, I'm done with the black, so I'm going to snip the black. Now the red, because we're going to keep a straight edge, what you do is you insert into the top of loops of your double crochet there, and then you just slip stitch to basically carry the yarn forward. I also find it kind of makes the edges a little bit more stronger, which is kind of nice. All right, so that was the red, black row. Now I'm going to do a burgundy row, all right, but I've decreased, so I'm not adding another block on that side. So same thing again, slip knot, but this time I've gone along the edge there, and we're going to go into here where I usually slip stitch, and I'm going to pull the burgundy through, finish that last slip stitch, and then I'm going to chain 2. We're no longer chaining 5. Chaining 5 is when you increase. Chaining 2 is just to continue along. All right, and so I don't need the red yarn anymore, so I can cut that off. So that is gone. And then the burgundy row, remember, is the easy row because it's all the same. You don't have to do a color change. I've got the tail here from when I joined, so I'm gonna carry that with me just because that'll be one less tail to weave in. Because as you can see, I have quite a few already. Right, and then I'm just going to go across. There are many applications for this. This would make a great blanket. You could make a scarf. You could, if you made a rectangle, you could sew it together on the sides and the top and it would become a hat. Lots of different applications for this in this classic sort of well-known look, which you see a lot during the holidays. Comes in everything, shirts and everything in the stores that you see, so why not crochet it? And I've seen regular crochet patterns of doing this where you just do color changes and you work back and forth, but it also works in C2C as well, since it is all blocks. All right, so I'm going to come to this end and then I'm going to decrease on this side too, and then it's a repeat of that same technique. All right, so let's see. So I've gotten to the red. Now remember, I could keep going to 1 and then I'm going to decrease. So I don't want to make this any bigger. If I wanted to, I could stop at the red. Either way. All right, so you get to finish this because you're not going to do the color change yet. Turn it, your work, slip stitch through the top loops of those double crochets that you just made, thereby moving the yarn to the top of the block. All right, and then I would add in my red, and then I would continue on, and then there you have it, right? So you'll see I've got lots of ends, but they're on the edges or close to the edge, that is, and there you have it. So that is the Buffalo Plaid check done in C2C pattern. Now this video goes with my blog post where I've got formulas on how to pick colors and more information, so I'll link that below. But other than that, this should help you get started, and there's a whole host of opportunities and possibilities with this. All right, so thanks for watching.